Hi, my name is Billy. You can also call me Mr. Sketch. And I'm going to take you through a very brief but I think very engaging climate action activity. Now, if you could just grab a sheet of paper and any writing tool that you could reach, could be a pencil, a pen, or anything. I'll be using only pastels, but I want to take you on a little bit of a journey. Are you ready? Let me give you about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, you should be having your paper by now. All right, so I'm going to tell you a little story right here on paper. Every bird originates from an egg. And so we're going to take the egg and we'll use the egg to represent life, everything about life. So, right in the middle of my page, I'll draw an egg. Doesn't have to look fancy, doesn't have to look neat, it's just the idea. Let me just make it nice and visible. All right, so the next thing I want to bring to my sheet of paper and include in my story is fossil fuels. Now, we all by now have heard about the Gulf of Mexico and the fire that was blazing, right? Okay, so think fossil fuels. And for that, I'm going to use the number 4. And where does the number 4 go? Right below my egg. So you should be having a nice, bold number 4 right at the bottom of the life representing egg, right? Okay, if you're ready, we're going to go to the next step. Now this time I want to use a letter of the alphabet. And I am going to use the letter S. Now this one you want to make it a little bit fancy. It's not just any old S. You want to make it a little smaller or slimmer at the top, and then with a wider curve at the bottom. And then that can touch the egg, representing life. Now, what does the letter S to me represent? Today, it represents sustainability. It also represents shillings. Hold that thought. All right, next, I'm going to just add a little bulge to the top of my S. And by now you must be really, really curious, or you must be having an aha moment. I hope it's the latter. For those of you that are still curious and still can't figure out what's going on, here's a little something to get you hooked. So I'm just going to draw a hook right there. Got it so far? No? Okay, let's keep going. So now I'm going to broaden my S just a little bit and begin to give my story some character. And by now, you must have realized that this is either a very familiar bird or you are extremely entirely confused. This time around, I hope it's the former. Now, if you know anything about Kenya, if you know anything about East Africa, you must know about the flamingo. So what's my flamingo story? When we're talking about climate change, climate action, and how it affects biodiversity, this side of the world, we don't entirely quite get the polar bear. But here, you talk about the flamingo, and you talk about climate action, and you talk about climate change and biodiversity, and hopefully an alarm bell is going to go out, and it's going to keep going and going every time you think about it. So, let's give it some tail feathers. And let's give it an eye. And just because we like to do everything and finish it well, I'm going to give mine just a little bit of color. Just a dash of color. And as we're completing this drawing now, you should be thinking, and as you're thinking, you can also be Googling and finding the correlation between the animal I have just drawn and your respective climate change journey. There's a little color over there. And then we are going to finish off our 4 by just giving the leg a little bit of character, partially webbed foot. I'll just let mine wade in the water. And from this point on, you can do whatever you want to do with it and complete it however you want to complete it. But what am I trying to say? Art is a powerful tool when it comes to writing your climate action story. So how do you choose to act? This is my Flamingo. And chances are, if you never ever see me again, you'll always remember at some point that something like this was supposed to trigger some thought process in your mind. What's your Flamingo story?
Yay, so we are on day 2, believe it or not.
Yay!
Welcome back, everybody. We are so grateful that you've taken time out to be with us. It's not easy to find time these days with a lot of things going on. World's really busy, even though so much of these things happen on Zoom, right?
That's true.
So we appreciate it. I am Judy Kibinge from Docubox.
And my name is Emily Wanja from Docubox 2.
And we are so grateful alongside our amazing partners, the Climate Justice Resilience Fund. Big up to them. The British Council, thank you so much, British Council. The Doc Society, and of course, our great partners, Christian Aid. So welcome to the Climate Story Lab Africa. I'm going to do you think I should do a quick recap on yesterday to kind of, maybe catch people up or those who weren't here, just to let you know what amazing things happened yesterday. And for those who were with us yesterday, just to refresh you, because we're going on a totally different tandem, right? Or a continuation. Yeah. We had the most incredible conversation with Wajira Madai, didn't we?
Yes.
She got right to the heart of it. We spoke about how even as we address all these climate change and climate justice issues, we've got to put resilience. Africa has to put resilience at the heart of that and community at the heart of that. Mm-hmm. And so Sharon Kibor, amazing partner from USAID, it was so great to just hear her speaking with community leaders. Mm-hmm. And I feel like she really brought things alive, like in her conversation with Obadiah. Yeah.
Sadia.
Mary
Kuket.
Yes.
Kisilu.
Yeah. I mean, between these community leaders, hailing from Baringo and Pokot. Marsabit.
Kitui, Makueni.
I know, I feel like we just heard from people everywhere across the whole country. So, what do we got going on today?
So today, Today we'll be speaking about something all of us as stakeholders are interested in. Do you want to guess what that is? Yeah.
Does it start with M?
Yes. Money.
Money.
Get ready.
We're going to be speaking about money.
Yes. Get ready today to speak all about money. We have a panel on climate finance. We're going to be talking about access to funds for the communities and members of the public. We'll also be speaking to filmmakers, creatives, and journalists. And really what we want to try and interrogate is why are we not so attracted to climate-themed stories? We'll try and find that out today.
Do you think they're too complicated? Do you feel like people think about climate and just feel like, oh my gosh, that's just too complicated, or it's something for somewhere else, or...
I think it's the moment we brand them climate already instead of just a simple human story. Maybe. We'll find out though. And then we will also take a look at, moving forward after yesterday and today, what are we saying? How can we strengthen our cooperation as stakeholders now and moving onwards? And that's a glance at today's program. And as is the habit, I will go to the other side on Zoom, and I'll catch you there.
But before you go, Wanja, I want to ask you, can't we do this again tomorrow?
No.
Can we just invite more people and keep this conversation going?
We have to first absorb all of this.
Okay.
And then figure it out.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
See you there. Bye.
We'll see you over there.
Okay.